Hello everyone. Today is July the 16th, 2013, and this is Frank DeMore here at the End Times Research Ministry. And for those of you who just found my YouTube channel, I'd like to invite you to go to my website where there's a lot more news, and you'll be able to download my book, the prophecy book, The Last Chronicles of Planet Earth, which you can get today for free. And you'll notice that it's July 15th, it's the current issue. But today I want to talk about the Obama agenda, because it is important, especially if you're living in the United States of America, to see exactly what the man is doing and what his agenda has been ever since he was elected as President of the United States. Now, in order for me to connect the dots, I'm going to show you a couple older articles, and I'm also going to show and play for you a small portion of one of the videos that I did about this issue, and bring it together with a recent video that just came out of Egypt, and I will connect the dots for you. So in order to do this, let's turn our attention to this first article, Obama's Islamic Agenda. And here's the article. It says, President Obama has revealed his true nature. After 20 months in the Oval Office, he still remains a largely unknown figure. Now keep in mind, this was an article that was published back in 2010. It says, a picture is coming into focus now, and it should trouble all Americans. It is widely known that Mr. Obama is a post-national progressive, yet he is also a cultural Muslim who is promoting the anti-American pro-Islamic agenda. This is exactly what I've been showing you for 4 years. And keep in mind, this is from the New York Times. It's not from somebody's blog. It is from a well-known newspaper. It says this is a real meaning of his warm and completely needless embrace of Ground Zero Mosque. Now, the article goes on to talk to you about, and I'm not going to bother reading the whole thing because I'll have the link there for you, but essentially what they're saying is Barack Obama wanted to build this mosque just 2 blocks away from where the Twin Towers came down. So anyway, let me go down to this part. It says, nonetheless, Mr. Obama has been clear in his view the Ground Zero Mosque should be built. There was no good practical reason even to comment on the issue. Now, he had been silent for weeks as the controversy gathered steam. The overwhelming majority of American people opposed the mosque, especially the families of the September 11th victims. Politically, it is a loser for him and his party, yet he could not keep his mouth shut. Why? Answer, Mr. Obama, defending Islam has been a key priority of his presidency. Now again, it's from the New York Times. So what I've been saying is essentially the same exact thing that the newspapers now are noticing. In his famous speech in Cairo, Mr. Obama apologized to the Muslim world for the alleged sins and the mistakes of America, even though no country has done more to liberate Islamic peoples than the United States, including campaigns in Bosnia, Kosovo, Afghanistan, and Iraq. And his aim was to enrage the Islamic world on its terms and norms rather than defend America's values and a national interest. So right there, we got a really good glimpse of who the man Barack Obama is standing for, the agenda, and that is definitely the Islamic agenda. Now, let me move on. Now, you'll notice, first of all, that this was from June. This is a more recent article of this year, June 2013. And it's a video. It says, video, Syrian rebels behead man, execute 2 women. And it says the Libyan expatriate sources proved to be credible have posted a gruesome video on YouTube showing a group of Syrian rebels brutally beheading a man and shooting 2 women and tossing their bodies down a hole in the ground. The Libyan expatriates forward the video to the WND to bolster their claim that the rebel forces about to be armed by, guess what, the Obama administration are made up of radical Islamic terrorist groups with international ties to Al-Qaeda. Now, I'm not going to bother playing this video because I didn't even want to watch it. But the bottom line here is, again, Barack Obama supporting Al-Qaeda, radical Islamic terrorist groups, right? So that was just another article that I wanted to show you there. Now I'm going to go back to my site. What I'd like to do now is play a portion of a video that I made showing you that what I told you about his agenda, and give you a little bit more detail in case you haven't been coming to my website or my YouTube channel, and so I can put this all together for you. All right, last week I tried to make this video and it didn't work, so I'm going to make it again today, connecting the dots between the importance of Psalm 83 and the importance of Barack Obama and what he's doing in support of the nations in Psalm 83 who are going to attack Israel. And if you're supporting those nations who are going to attack Israel, obviously you're not supporting Israel. And let me show you what I'm talking about here. For those of you who may not know about Psalm 83, it's a war that hasn't been fought yet. You'll know exactly who's going to be in this war. Number 1 through 10, all of the names from the Old Testament, and the modern day people for those Old Testament names. For example, we're dealing with Syria in my first video today. Assyria in the Old Testament is the modern day Syrians and northern Iraqis. And so you can go through there and look at who they are, but all of these nations are going to come together with one consent, and their consent is to try to come and wipe out Israel. Now, what I wanted to show you was a video, first of all, that was taken a while back, and it was showing the Obama is sending Patriot missiles to Jordan. All right, so that's number 1. Jordan, as you see up here, is listed. You'll see it right here in number 4, Amman, and they are the Palestinians and the northern Jordanians. You also see in number 3, Moab, are the present-day Palestinians and central Jordanians, and also the tents of Edom, the Palestinians in southern and south Jordanians. So there you have the Jordanians. So why is the President of the United States giving arms and support to the Jordanians who are eventually going to come against Israel? Your guess is good as mine. Apparently he doesn't know what the Bible has to say, but let's watch this video.
Let's take a quick look at some of the other top stories in the Situation Room. Right now, the U.S. is sending a Patriot missile battery, F-16 fighter jets, and about 200 military planners to Jordan. The equipment is for a military exercise, but given concern over Syria's civil war, there's still a chance it will stay longer. The military planners...
See that? He said stay longer. And he's sending the jets and these Patriot missile battery launchers to Jordan.
Will work with the Jordanians to develop a response to a humanitarian crisis or use of chemical weapons in neighboring Syria.
All right, so let me stop it there. The President of the United States is worried about what's going on in Syria, right? Okay, so he's giving the jets and he's giving all this other equipment to the Jordanians. But now let me show you that his concerns about what's going on in Syria doesn't make any sense of what we just heard from this report, because President Obama is actually supporting the people who want to destroy the President Bashar al-Assad's regime. All right? Now, keep in mind that the people that the president is supporting, the rebels going against Bashar al-Assad, the president of Syria, that's Al-Qaeda. And we're fighting Al-Qaeda in Afghanistan. And the people who were fighting the rebels who are fighting against Bashar al-Assad, they're the same type of people that are fighting Afghanistan. So we're helping the people who we're fighting against. Does that make any sense to you? It doesn't make any sense to me, but that's exactly what Barack Obama is doing. Let me show you. Let me go on to the next one. It says the U.S. gives 4 more F-16 fighter jets to Egypt. The Egyptian government, despite outcry. Take a look at this. This was an article, but before we go there, keep in mind Egypt is numbered with the enemies, Israel's enemies. So Egypt is going to be coming with the Jordan. So not only is Barack Obama giving Jordan, now you'll see that he's giving this high-tech equipment to the Egyptians, another one of the nations coming against Israel. All right, now that's where I'm going to stop it and move on, because I want to now make the connection for you. There was a video that came out. The title, you'll see, these people who Mr. Obama is supporting are in their prayers asking God to destroy the United States. Now, the most important part of this begins at the 40-second mark, so I'll play it and then advance it, because in the beginning of it, it's not in English, but then he starts speaking in English, and you'll see the connection. So I'm going to forward this for you.
Dear Mr. Obama, I'm talking to you today on behalf of a lot of Egyptians who want to deliver a message not only for you, for all the American citizens. Leave us alone. All the families in Egypt want to tell you this message. Leave Egypt alone. Please, Mr. Obama. And stop supporting the terrorists. Stop supporting the friends of Omar Abdurrahman, the terrorist who killed lots of Americans. Stop supporting the allies of Ayman al-Zawahiri, of Pakistan, of Taliban. You are giving them the full support by calling what's happening in Egypt a military coup. It's not a military coup. It's a revolution done by a civilized people, civilized Egyptians who are counted officially more than 30 million. If you don't know, and I don't know, the media showed Mohammed Ayub Morsi was actually calling his people for violence, for blood in the streets. And he's...
All right, now let me stop it right there for a second, because just in case the people who are watching this video don't understand, Morsi was elected. He's a Muslim Brotherhood. The Muslim Brotherhood's agenda is to destroy Israel. So they are elected in there, and of course Morsi was promising the Egyptian people the more moderate way of freedom. And when he got into office, we saw that that wasn't the case. And I warned about this over a year ago before it happened. Morsi was a strict Islamic man in his government. And he started to put all of these men underneath him as those Islamic brothers from the Muslim Brotherhood. And they were enveloping into the Constitution Sharia law. So he was definitely going the opposite direction of what he said he was going to do before he got elected. And so the people in Egypt saw what he was doing, and the revolution began. And this is what he is talking about. Now, Barack Obama supporting the terrorists who want to destroy Israel. He is supporting the same type of people who he is presently supporting, the rebels who are going after Bashar al-Assad. So everything we see President Barack Obama doing is definitely the Islamic agenda. And this is what this person from Egypt is talking about.
These fanatics and these Islamic supporters of him are blindly following him. These Islamic people are the ones who celebrated the killing of the American ambassador in Libya. They went in the streets and they were celebrating it. These people who Mr. Obama is supporting are the people who are in their prayers asking God to destroy United States. Yes, these are the people that Mr. Obama is supporting. Mr. Obama, face the fact and tell your people that what happened in Egypt was a real revolution against the tyrant called Mohammed Morsi, against the regime. Our army is our shield, and we don't want to be in a state of war with the United States. We don't want this. We are friends of the United States. We are friends with the whole world. From 85 million Egyptians, I'm sending you this message of love and peace and asking you, Mr. Obama, to stop supporting Mohammed Morsi and the other terrorists in Egypt. We are the Egyptians, and this is our revolution. We believe in our Egypt, and we respect the Americans, and we respect your country, so please respect our country and respect our freedom. We called for this freedom, and we will die for it. Egyptians and the army are one. We made it, and the army supported us. You also, Americans, should support us. I'm sending you this message of peace and love and prayers. Pray for Egypt. انتوا سمعتوا الكلام ده كويس؟ الرسالة دي لازم توصل لكل حد. انت لازم تشرفها في اليوم.
All right, so I'm going to stop it there. So now you see from coming out of Egypt, the same thing that I've been saying for 4 years, the same thing that the New York Times was reporting about in 2010, it's becoming very, very clear that the person in the presidency at this point in time is probably one of the most dangerous people America has in office because of the agenda that he is following. Now, one of the things that I issue out when I'm talking about President Barama is we need to pray, we need to fast before the Lord Jesus Christ, asking the Lord to touch this president, because the Lord can touch anyone. He can change anyone. We know that from Paul the Apostle, who was killing the Christians. And the Lord spoke to Paul, he changed him, and he became a magnificent force for Christ. And so violence is never the way, but prayer and asking the Lord to change somebody, that is the way, because there is power in our God, there is power in the Holy Spirit to change people. And so that's what every American should be doing for the President of the United States of America. Pray that the Lord touches him, touches his heart, so that he is a man of God, a true man of God, because at this point of what he's doing, not only to the United States, but how he's stabbing Israel in the back, we know that the United States has been placed under a curse. And if you don't believe me, just go to my book and read that section, the chapter on the God's curse. And you'll see that the United States has definitely been placed under a curse. So there you go. There's the proof. Whether you believe it or not, you'll see more of his agenda, no doubt, in the near future. But we definitely need to pray for this government, pray for the leaders, the people underneath them, to recognize what's happening in the United States. Now, one last note about Egypt. This message seems to be very sincere, but it's not going to change the outcome of the Psalm 83. And what I mean by that is Egypt is numbered in with the rest of those nations who are going to attack Israel during the Psalm 83 war. So no matter what happens in Egypt, whether Morsi stays out of office or whether he comes back, Egypt is going to align themselves with Syria and the rest of the nations, and they will make an attempt to wipe out Israel, and they will be defeated. That's what the Lord shows us in Psalm 83. Now, yesterday, moving on to another prophecy, yesterday I gave you a list. I think there was 6 more events, more reports about the animals, birds, and the fish dying. And that was for the 15th. Now, today is the 16th, but after I made the post, later on, there was another report that was issued about more fish dying off on July the 15th. So let me go over there. And this one you'll see again translating, and this is from Russia. Now, I'm not going to spend too much time with this, but I just wanted to show you that there's more fish that were dying, and you'll see it. Move it up a little bit here. July the 15th, 2013, and there's a massive fish loss there in Russia. So when you take a look at it, it says every 20 to 30 meters you'll find these dead fish. So that is the latest. Now, yesterday I said just about every single day we're getting more reports of the fish kills somewhere around the world. And so it does continue. It does continue to stand. My warning stands based on what the Lord told us from His Word, and His Word always comes to pass. So with that, let me again just point to my prophecy site, the End Times Research Ministry. And for those of you who don't know how to work the site, just know this. When you get to my website, you'll see a list here in the green section. These are my latest posts. Now, when you click, for example, let's go to the 14th. When you click on the 14th, all right, you'll see a little flicker, and all you do at that time is just to scroll down. And there you'll see July the 14th, 2013, and you'll see the post for that day. All right, so you just keep scrolling down. So if you want to move to the next one now, you would go back at the top, and let's go to July 9th. So you'll see that, again, there's a little flicker in your screen. Just scroll down, and you'll see the information there. So thanks, everyone, for allowing me to come into your home to keep you abreast as what's happening around the world pertaining to the Lord's second coming, the signs of that coming. And we like to invite you again to download the book for free today. And keep in mind, today is a great day to receive Christ as your personal Savior if you haven't done it already. Now, if you like to be part of the End Times Research Ministry to help us get the word out, to get Bibles to people, to get my books out, everything is done for free. Just contact me at fjdemora@gmail.com. And if you don't know how to spell the name, you'll see it right here. That's fjdemora@gmail.com if you'd like to help in the ministry. God bless.